Riv, a much-needed victory there for NRG when it comes to playoff race and picture, and a bit of a stumble for Team Liquid. I want to run through the same report card that Kobe and I went through in the pregame and compare what was assumed to what actually happened in reality. So let's start with this pocket picks, this champion select for NRG, in which hesitate to call Zed a pocket pick, but it is a unique champion played for GBM this split. And overall, they seem to have an intelligent draft.
Yeah, I really liked how much they kind of targeted Lourlo. And TL kind of put themselves in the bad spot, too, with Fiora and Graves bans. You have NRG banning Poppy, first picking Nautilus, and then early taking a Trundle to put at support, which really put Lourlo in a weird spot where he doesn't have many tanks left he can play, and he ends up going with the Lulu, which I don't think was perfect for that comp.
Exactly. And then in-game, they punish the Lulu with the 2-camp leash by the top lane Nautilus to get Moon ahead in terms of like pace. So then he does 3 camps very quickly on the first 2, comes bottom, gets that first gank off, but it sacrifices his blue, but it does pay off and get Moon ahead.
Yeah, we were looking at that jungle matchup saying it'd probably be in favor of Dardoch. Very risky decision there by NRG because if that gank isn't successful, you're very far behind now in the jungle matchup. To be fair to Dardoch, in the early portions of the game, he reacted accordingly to that gank. He still got his CS numbers up. He was a part of the first 2 kills on the map. We saw a little bit of probably overreaching later in the game, and we'll get to that. But now I want to push down towards the ADCs because GBM just had some words of praise. There you go, is the word I'm looking for Altec, saying that after that rest, he's playing a lot better. Altec did perform well in that game, but Piglet on the other side was perhaps set up to help that game for Team Liquid on the Lucian.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the game still kind of flowed through TL's bot lane. They took the first turret on the map through their bot lane, kind of just winning the lane on their own, and the turret's low, Dardoch goes down, they just help finish it off, and that's kind of when the game starts getting crazy. Piglet gets a couple kills, and it looks like he's going to carry before kind of goes off the rails.
Yeah, exactly, and let's jump into that. We've got a replay that we're going to walk through. This starts in the top lane. Dardoch getting a little caught out here at the Krugs. Mark, I'm going to let you walk us through this long replay, so we'll go ahead and get it rolling out right away.
Yeah, Dardoch's being a little unsafe here, trying to do this after he knows he just ran away from the rest of NRG's team. It kind of leads to this like scrappy fight, and it doesn't look great for Team Liquid. We see Corki and Lucian just starting to get up there now, and it's kind of been a long fight already. But they end up making it just in time, and they start cleaning up a lot of kills.
Yeah, I think that Matt, he is just trying to stall them, and he ends up dying there. But that might have been just a little bit too fast to try to keep him there because TL want this because they see GBM on the opposite side, and they know it's going to be a 5-on-4 if they play it correctly.
Right, and they make a good call to stop chasing the Elise here, which I was really happy about, but I thought they were going to go top and take the turret. Instead, they go for this risky Baron, and I think this is maybe the happiest I've ever seen Dash when he predicted this correctly. Yeah, I mean, like, it looks like they can turn off here, but they don't, and they just get a little bit more damage on the Baron, drop it down to 900, which is within Elise's
Q smite.
Yeah, Q smite.
During this time, too, GBM was hitting the bot lane turret. He walked all the way up to Baron in order to pick up an extra kill there, as well as land with that Baron buff. But I think the big thing here to note is that when we looked at ways for NRG to come back in the game, it was at those global objectives. And given the fact that Team Liquid had other options, you have to question the decision-making there when they probably could have played a slower, more calculated game.
Yeah, and even when you go and look at that Baron play right there, and you know, of course, they're playing, and it's really kind of an anomaly there that they're getting all of these steals. But even if that steal doesn't happen, it's still a triple kill, and GBM gets there. He cleans up afterwards because he sees the Baron damage, and then the TP comes through from Nautilus. So they still only get 2 people with Baron, and then it's still a rather close game. Then NRG go top, and they get that turret. So the call overall is still incredibly risky because they get so low from it.
Right, I mean, you saw that TL actually just won the last 2 fights. They won the one at Dragon, then they won the one top lane. So you think TL can kind of slow roll this game. It looks like they're performing better, and then they all in on this Baron, and they kind of throw the game. Yeah.
And now for the last point on the list, momentum. I don't want to talk about momentum going in anymore. Now I want to talk about momentum going forward for both of these teams because NRG's essentially evened up that record now in that tie for 5th place. They did distance themselves from Echo Fox, and when we look ahead, Echo Fox, you would presume a win over Renegades, but that would still leave them 1 win behind NRG. So they've created a lot of distance, and now it's kind of that battle between Liquid and NRG for positioning, and Echo Fox looking to make an upset in order to even close that gap.
Yeah, it puts you in a very comfortable position if you're NRG, and now it's on Echo Fox to outperform CLG or C9 and not really on your shoulders anymore. You did your work. And looking at the guys we were talking about in the report card, GBM and Moon, they both actually had the most kills and assists in any game this split in this game. So moving forward for them, they do have some momentum from this, but is this the outlier? Is this the exception to the rule for NRG? I think it might be, but Moon, he did show a good performance here. There were some things in the early game after the first blood that were a little bit questionable with the Cocoons, but I do think that NRG, they're proving that, you know, they're a playoff team. Echo Fox needs to deliver to get on their level now.
Only time will tell, and we heard GBM say it in the interview. They had a perfect game against TSM last time. He's looking to do it again, so maybe they will make a late surge here in the season. We've still got plenty of league action coming your way, so keep that browser tuned right here because TSM will take on Renegades when we come back. Stick around.
So much singing.
I wanna go karaoke again.
Locked in her turrets. Not the funnest thing. Actually goes again after all. Red buff is on. Knockout from Lulu, kick into the wall. Q's gonna land. Dardoch and Lourlo playing it properly. Altec back in, puts plenty of damage. Bro! GBM! Oh my god! Taking plenty of steals this season. Elise has signed, and Moon is a superhero! NRG, just when they looked their worst, come in and slaughter Liquid to take down a game and get the records back.